flood is introduced. You're going through the level. You walk through the door. You see a Marine on the ground. He's clearly out of it, out of his mind. He's looking around. He's shooting a gun in random places. You take the memory chip out of his helmet. You put it in your helmet, and it plays a little video of what happened to him and all his Marines. They don't fully show exactly what happened. Then it comes back to present time. So I'm searching the level, and all you do is you hear little critters running around. Turn around, and it's a giant swarm of little skulls running at you. And it's the Flood. That's what the name of the species is. It's giant monsters with arms sticking out of them.
Creatures don't get out.
Just stuff that, after you just been fighting the Covenant, which is aliens with guns the whole time, out of nowhere this happens. And it's just like, holy crap. Like, I remember backing up, like, in the game, running backwards, shooting, getting overwhelmed, dying, and then just pausing the game and going, what the hell was that? So that's mine.
Me?
Yeah.
Mine is probably going to have to be just a big gathering of Final Fantasy XI MMO moments.
Leroy.
Final Fantasy.
No WoW moments. Just any moment where you're doing an instance and you finally get the drop you've been looking for 2 months later. And it's a great feeling. Only find out you need something else that's also going to take 2 months.
Nice. Alright, your comments made me think of World of Warcraft. Stupid, dumb money sink, time sink that it was. They had what was called a 45-minute Baron run back in Vanilla WoW.
Mm-hmm.
Me and 3 friends were just made characters and we leveled them up together and everything. And the 45-minute Baron was the pre-rating, standard of are you good?
Right.
And,
can you do this? If
can
so,
you do this?
You might be ready.
Yeah. And even people who've been rating had trouble doing it at the beginning, until they progressed really far. And an instance was usually 5 people, and we beat it with 4 people. After months of trying to do better and better and better, and none of us having any great gear, but just, finally beating the thing, and then to top it all off, have an epic drop at the end.
Oh, yeah.
So it's like, oh, nice.
Yeah, it's a good feeling.
Makes it all worth it.
I'm going to go way back to my childhood, and this one requires a little bit of a story, but stick with it. It's pretty good. So, it's the late, late 80s, and I'm being babysat by a family friend who has a son, and she's babysitting probably 10 boys total. And the son is very much the alpha of the group. I mean, he's, in my mind, and even now, I can picture him, and he really was almost like Yosemite Sam. In the way he talked, he was drinking coffee at age 6, and he was kind of a bully, but, we didn't call it that back in the 80s, because, reasons. So, anyway, he had got a Nintendo. And it was my first exposure to Nintendo. My grandparents, over at their house, they had an Atari 2600, which was my parents'. And so I had seen that, but I hadn't ever experienced Nintendo. So we were all gathering around the living room, watching him play Super Mario Brothers for the first time.
Uh-huh.
And he got to the water level, the very first water level, and kept dying. And he had to get up. He's like, I gotta pee! Because he was kind of had that southern thing. Very Yosemite Sam, like I said.
I'll say.
So, and the whole time, every time I see it, I was watching him play, and I saw exactly where he was messing up.
Mm-hmm.
Every time. And I knew that if I got in and tried to get the controller and play while he was in the bathroom, I would get the bricks put to me. But I had to know. I had to do it. So I got out there, and I did it. And everyone's like, what's he doing? What's he doing? And so I get the controller, and I do it. And I just perfectly breeze through the level. and I get to the flagpole, and then like, right as I hit it, I get a boot to the face, like Sheamus style from WWE, rope kick right to the mush, and I didn't even care. I didn't care at all, because I had just played Nintendo, and it was amazing.
Nice.
So that's one of my first gaming memories, and probably, how do you top that?
That's quite a first experience.
Yeah, that is.
It's magic. Anyway, welcome to Feedback Damage. This is our bi-weekly show about HeroClix, video games, nerd stuff, whatever we want to talk about. My name is Mitch.
I am Jared.
I'm Paul.
And Jeff.
Welcome, welcome, welcome. So, this week, we have quite a few things to talk about.
Whole lot of things to talk
Lots
about.
and lots of news.
Where do we start?
Well, what was the actual event called that
Gamma.
happened? Gamma?
It's the Great American Mustard Association? I don't know.
Uh-huh.
Really.
Right. Something to do with games and stuff.
Real quick, all the stuff that got leaked, did they purposely want that to get leaked, or did
Yes.
people just...
This was
Okay.
Gamma is a retailer convention to basically hype people up for the upcoming products in the next year.
Okay.
So WizKids was there officially hawking their merch.
It's E3 for games.
Yeah.
Other games.
And it's for the actual retailers.
Right.
Not for...
E3 is too.
Oh, it is, isn't
It
it?
got scaled back a few
Oh,
years
yeah,
ago.
that's right.
Yeah.
Stupid E3.
Yeah.
Man, where do we want to start?
Start on the first slide. What do we have?
First
on the
slide. First slide that I got was the AVX slide. So, not a whole lot of new information from this.
Well, they show the team bases.
They do show the
First
team
time.
bases, which is strange because there's only 5 character slots on either of them.
Yeah,
Out
I
of the
noticed.
6 in the team base, or in the pack.
Yeah, the starter.
I noticed
Fast
Scarlet Witch
launches.
was missing from Avengers. I didn't see who was missing from
Magneto
X-Men.
is
Oh.
missing from X-Men.
Yep.
Interesting.
So I'm not entirely sure if that is going to be these are the 5 that are on the team base, and the 6th one just kind of helps out, or if they're interchangeable.
Mm.
If you can actually have different people in the team base instead of,
Interesting.
and just have a portrait on the resource side of things that just is not used. Like if they were on a solo adventure or whatever.
That's an interesting strategic element that we haven't seen otherwise.
Yeah. I think that'd be really cool that you can this time use, Cyclops and next time use Magneto instead or whatever. They show a picture of the colossal Dark Phoenix Cyclops.
Which just looks amazing.
Yeah.
It's huge.
Which I saw the old Colossal Phoenix just a couple weeks ago in a friend of ours, Bob's house. And man, it was that pretty.
Yeah.
He was telling us about saying how they were all hand sculpted. They weren't mass pressed like they are now.
Nice.
Yeah, that's all old sculpts.
Yeah.
Pre what? I think the first ones were like GSX, DC-75. I could be wrong.
Yeah.
But
that was really cool. Back to the news.
yeah.
It goes on and talks about the limited edition figures, the 4 competition prizes, 4 participation prize figures, Colossal Dark Phoenix Sculpt, Phoenix Force 3D Special Resource Dial, 5 3D Special Objects to add to the Phoenix Force collection, 2 team bases as participation prizes, 8 maps. Yeah, I mean, it just kind of goes over a lot of the news that we already have established, but just seeing it officially, seeing it with pictures.
Now, as a side note, WizKids issued a statement this last week about how they were changing the requirements for ABS. What did that entail?
Well, it's basically they changed it to where you don't have to buy a pack every single time. You can just buy one. So if you play at different venues, you buy the one pack, and then you can use the one figure from the one pack at this venue, and then use one figure at this venue. This feed, that's kind of who it helps out.
Right. Now you're saying pack, you mean starter? Or
Yeah. If you go Avengers or X-Men, depending on which side you choose, you don't have to choose both at each one of your venues.
I got you.
I could be wrong, but I thought there was something I read saying that the suggested format used to be all constructed. You buy in your constructed, you have to pull something from your starter pack, but now they're doing half sealed
constructed, yeah.
Yeah.
Where you use something from that starter pack plus a sealed
You only
something
use
other.
one figure. That's all you have to do.
Yeah.
You're fine.
And you're constructed.
Yeah. So
Kind of happy about that, kind of not. I mean, I tend to like sealed play better.
I'm happy they did that just so you wouldn't see the same constructed teams. Because
Week after week.
that's what it would turn into.
Yeah.
Especially if one figure in the starter is much more powerful than the others.
Oh, very true.
Hopefully they balanced each starter pretty well. But we will see.
yeah.
We will. Alright.
Very good. So that is AVX. Any other interjections on that one?
No?
Well, I mean, today, as of today,
Yes.
we had a leak of the Phoenix Force resource dial. We're not going to talk much about it yet because not everything has been released about it, but that does look pretty stinking cool.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
briefly, it basically just represents, if you read the comics, it's usually the opposite with all the other resource styles. When you make actions or do damage, like the Book of the Skull, then you turn it. In this case, it was when you take damage or get KO'd specifically, then you turn it, like you get stronger and stronger the more times you die.
Yeah.
Which represents the comics pretty well.
Yeah.
So
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Alright, the next slide on the list was a Lord of the Rings Two Towers set.
I'm down.
yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
this
always
is-
down for Lord of the Rings sets.
Yeah.
This is the one where the OP kit has the mounted members of the Nine, or Nazgul, or whatever they're called, right?
But they also have 7 Rider Pack figures, which I'm guessing those are probably going to be very similar to
Team packs.
Team Packs.
Yeah.
Because, like, on the slide you can see a Legolas and Gimli on a horse.
Assuming that's a rider pack.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I would expect it to be similar to the vehicles in the streets of Gotham.
Yeah.
I don't know if there will be another figure
I wonder if
with
you
them
can
or not.
split those. Like, will it be similar to a duo figure?
Gimli and Legolas and
Yeah.
horse.
and they jump
That would be
off, and then you
cool.
We need Mr. Ed Clicks.
can get out there.
Or horse
regular
token,
flicks.
like Pogs.
Now the question is, are they going to have relics of armor for the horses? That way we can have horse armor, just like in, what was it, WoW?
Nope.
One of them, there was like the worst DLC ever was horse armor for some...
Oh, I don't know.
Or no, it was one of the Elder Scrolls games.
Yeah, it's the one before Oblivion.
Yeah.
Mm.
Downloadable horse armor.
Yep, I remember that.
Yeah.
11 common figures, 10 uncommon figures, 6 rares, 7 rider pack figures, and 2 chases. There will be a starter set, or a starter release, and
Campaign starter.
campaign starter, yeah, to go with the Hobbit starter and the original Lord of the Rings starter,
More war tokens, baby.
or tokens.
That comes out this month.
It does. Holy smokes.
And it looks like we're going to see a bunch of duos in this one too, because
Yeah. Gollum, is that a Gollum-Frodo duo?
I can't tell if that's Frodo or Samwise, but either way,
I don't know.
it's a Hobbit and a
And Gollum.
minor Hobbit thing.
Yeah.
Lesser Hobbit.
Which, they should have just did a duo figure of Gollum and Smeagol.
Yeah.
Well,
Did you see the?
did you see the figure?
Yeah, I saw it, but I still don't understand why not just put both of those figures?
Because
Or
there's
like,
only one guy. I mean,
Because he goes behind the rock and he's like,
here's
how does he go? Exactly.
here's exactly what they should have done.
Yeah.
For the sculpt of the Smeagol Gollum duo, the scene in the movie when he looks into the water
Mm-hmm.
and that reflection, that's the sculpt they should have made.
that would have been cool.
And put just make it one dial and put both.
Yeah.
So I thought that was
Oh,
really
yeah,
good.
that would have been
Just do a color change one.
This is split dial.
Yeah.
They could have done one like the poop face
Really?
from Batman, where
Yeah.
it's like, oh, now turn to click 6, now turn to click 1, now turn to click 6 again.
You remember those like Hot Wheels back in the day that had you put the cold water on them in one color and,
Oh, I do remember that.
yeah.
Yeah.
I still have some of those.
Yeah. Do that. To make him Crazy
Smeagol. And less crazy.
Yeah. Do that. Alright, anyway, next slide.
It's a twofer.
It is a twofer. We've got Mage Knight Resurrection. And what do we think about that? We haven't really talked about that much here on the show.
Yeah, I don't know anything about it.
I don't know.
Well,
some of the figures don't look too bad.
yeah.
I mean,
From what I understand, they're all going to be switch clicks, and it's going to be 2 different games. Mage Knight, which will be a reincarnation of the old Mage Knight game, but then they will also have actual HeroClix styles to play in this game that we all know and love.
This month again.
This month again. Some of them look pretty cool. They are sharing keywords with a lot of the Lord of the Rings Hobbit stuff.
Yeah.
So there's orcs, or there's goblins, or there's whatever.
That's the general feel I've got out of this. It's like more brightly colored Lord of the Rings stuff.
Mm-hmm. And there's been some pretty cool ones.
Yeah.
I think it was just a couple days ago there was a Goblin Witch Doctor or something pet click, which had I think it was like TK Barrier Support and Perplex or something like that for 80 points.
Yeah. So the
decent stuff.
second half of that slide is Batman Arkham Origins, which I know what you're saying. I don't need more Batman, and I said it too, until they previewed some of the dials, and they're really good.
and the sculpts. I mean, they're just awesome. Just awesome.
I gotta say,
Deadshot,
yes.
Deathstroke, Batman, and Copperhead. That's who they've previewed so far.
Yeah.
The Deadshot and the Deathstroke look amazing.
Yeah.
They're very cool.
They have improved targeting. Or a couple of them have improved targeting. Deadshot is just going to be amazing.
Yeah. I love that they gave him prob when he makes ranged attacks because he never misses.
Single target, though.
Yeah.
Yep.
Only.
Yeah, that's really, I like that
I
a
think
lot.
he has ranged combat expert on that too.
Yeah.
I do like the remote control battering thing.
It is cool.
Batman.
Yeah, I was looking into that because I thought I knew how that worked, and then I read it again, and I don't know if I know how that works. That power.
Let's talk it out.
Here's
Because
here's what the
what
power
does it say?
says. When Batman makes a ranged combat attack, he may draw lines of fire from any one square within range and line of fire, but the target must be within range of Batman. So, for example, say you and your enemy are a couple squares away, but there's a square of blocking terrain between the two of you.
Mm-hmm.
As long as you can draw a line of fire to a square diagonal from you, and that square can draw a line of fire diagonal to the enemy,
I gotcha.
but the enemy, no matter how many squares and lines of fire and diagonals and whatever, has to be within that range of
is it 5 or 6?
7.
7.
So it's pretty good.
So as long as you're not going past 7 squares,
Yeah.
you can bypass different things.
Yeah, he's very situational. If you use him correctly, just keep him behind blocking terrain all the time. He's basically shooting around corners.
Yeah.
That's what he's doing.
And I think if you draw, and I would assume just by how it's worded, if you draw a line of fire basically backwards back into the right, so to speak, that you can draw all the way back past you 7 squares, past Batman. So you could essentially extend your range from just wherever the bounce point, I guess.
Sure.
Yeah. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
We also have, looks like we have Joker
Yeah.
in there too.
There's always a Joker.
Yeah.
Yeah, there should be.
He looks
Yeah.
he looks weird and I don't like him.
I think you say that about every Joker.
Well, they're all weird and I don't like them.
At least he still has his face.
That's true.
Yeah.
So, and then we got Copperhead. The assassin keyword's getting boost out of this.
Mm-hmm.
Deathstroke just refuses to have bad clicks in this game.
Yeah.
Coming soon, you'll definitely will see Killer Croc.
Yeah.
You'll see a new Hush.
Mm-hmm.
Will they have the
or Black Mask.
Yeah.
You'll definitely see.
Will the mutant Joker?
No.
Or is that from the
this is
second
a
one?
the first one. Yeah.
Okay.
This is only based on this specific game coming up, which is all about, like, it's about Christmas Eve, and all the assassins get together and try and take out Batman
Oh.
Yeah.
in, like, one night. So,
Ho, ho, ho.
Nice.
yeah, it's pretty cool.
That sounds cool.
Yeah.
I'm really looking forward to that Deadshot, though.
Yeah.
Your calculator, 12 attack. Hey, look, Arkham Asylum and Gotham City Underworld. Now all of your bat enemies can have a 12 attack.
Yeah. And they
With theme.
ignore hindering terrain.
Yeah.
So,
Very good.
That's really cool.
Yep.
Yeah.
Next slide, we've got the Invincible Iron Man, and most of us here were saying, who cares about the Invincible Iron Man, until
Stupid Juggernaut.
we saw the Juggernaut. And also Death's Head was previewed this week, and he looks pretty cool too.
Yeah, that Juggernaut is just, I mean, it's classic, old school Juggernaut, nothing fancy about it, he just looks awesome.
The duo fig that we saw at Gen Con we're speculating about,
Yeah.
that has Absorbing Man and Titania is also on that slide.
Yeah.
Yep, and then there's another one in the
Can't tell
corner
who's in
there.
there.
I don't know who that is though.
There looks like a
Pointing a gun.
stealthy version of Iron Man.
Got a
in there
white
too.
mask on or something, yeah. Oh yeah, to the left there.
So 60 figure set, 14 commons plus a prime, 13 uncommons plus a prime, 12 rares plus a prime, 11 super rares plus a prime, and 6 thematic chases.
What are we hoping for out of that set?
Well, I know nothing about Alpha Flight or the Wrecking Crew.
Alpha Flight is Canadians.
Yep.
Oh.
That's Sasquatch, Puck, other
Other
Canadians.
well-known, notable Canadians. Respected.
Michael Bolton.
Nickelback.
Wait,
Bryan Adams.
Nathan Fillion is Canadian.
Okay, so
He-
is Bill Shatner.
He makes everything better.
Yeah.
There's a couple of the old 90s X-Men cartoons that had some Alpha Flight characters on it.
And I'm really curious to see, because they previewed the very first Iron Man they previewed, he's A. So I'm assuming,
Yes.
I think they're going to do the same thing they did with the Spider-Man set, which was
Oh.
three versions of the Tron Spider-Mans.
It would either be that, or he's the Prime,
Yeah, it could be the Prime.
or he's the A of the Prime.
So you'd
Yeah.
have War Machine.
Yeah,
Or,
I could
yeah.
see that, yeah.
Or, well, I guess he does have other armors, so,
Lots of them.
yeah.
Yeah.
Rocket Skates Iron Man? Anyone?
I don't know if they'll do I don't know. I don't know which way to go on that. There's a Prime, but why did they make the...
001, the
Yeah,
Prime?
that's
Right.
weird.
I don't know.
Good
I don't
question.
know if it's ever happened.
There's, until we have this set the set list previewed, there's not a whole lot that I can really say that I want besides that Juggernaut.
Yeah, I mean, these are all going to have the improved targeting, ignores, hindering, blocking.
It's gonna be everywhere.
Yeah,
That's sick.
there's no hiding at all in this set. Appears that way.
Should be fun. I'm more interested in the last line, Iron Man's classic and modern day allies and enemies. Not that we need any more Avengers, but you never know.
Yeah.
There was a preview of a Mandarin that doesn't suck.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember what all that does, but
Well, he can assign 2 of his rings to him. You just pay the point cost and you get them. So each ring's 8 points. So he adds 16 points to his total. I think he's around 120, 130 points. So you put 2 rings on him, now he's 140, 150 point, and you can, of the rings that have been previewed, give him whatever you want, basically.
Yeah, pretty awesome.
Because if you look on his dial, all of his attack powers are bare. Like, there's no powers at all on his attack powers. And that's that way because they're
He's
expecting you to put the rings on them.
Yeah. Which is cool.
Yeah,
I like that.
I do too.
Especially, in a tournament situation, you can bring all the rings and say, okay, well, I'm going to use these rings
Yep.
to counter what you're doing. Or...
And you'll have your hands in your pockets.
Yeah.
Alright, here's what rings I'll be.
What
What'd you bring? Well, let me show you.
Yeah.
Behold the bling.
Make a necklace with all the rings.
Yeah.
either way, I still don't want to wear them.
Do your chains hang low?
Ooh.
Anyway, moving on from that.
Also,
No.
each time Mandarin takes damage from an opponent's attack, place a ring token, give him a power action, remove a ring token, and you may assign another relic to him that's already a ring.
Yeah, so you can get up to
All of them.
all of the
Yeah.
rings.
You have somebody with support,
Yeah.
and you
Yeah,
just
heal them up.
Yeah. So, it's pretty cool.
Cool idea.
I like it.
Next. Another set I know nothing about.
I know a thing or two about this. It is Superman, a Legion of Superheroes, which I believe in the presentation was pronounced slush. I think is how you said it. Yeah.
Oh.
So we got a couple things here. It looks like we got a brand new Darkseid.
Mm-hmm.
I love Darkseid.
Yeah.
And we got a brand new Orion. We also have Stargirl.
Oh,
Is that Stargirl?
That's Stargirl, and I think she's with Starman.
Or is that the guy who the designer, the sculpt of the designer?
You mean Alex?
Alex.
Yeah.
She could be like rescuing someone.
Yeah?
Kind of looks like she's rescuing a little bit.
Yeah, that could be as well.
Because most all of them, well, I guess Nightcrawler's not, but the last couple have had the creators in their sculpt somewhere.
Correct. So, yeah, I mean, that
Darkseid sculpt is kind of weak, though.
yeah.
What's he doing?
It looks just like the one from the other Superman with the Legion sub-theme.
Yeah, I assume this one is going to be Mr. has his photo.
Oops.
It's okay. So, yeah, there's a lot of cool stuff coming up in this.
69 figure set, 5-figure boosters, sub-themes of Legion Lost, New Gods, and the Legion of Doom and more.
Yeah, at the show, the presenter was really trying to push this on everyone, saying, "Hey, buy this because if we buy this Fast Forces with these villains in it, we're going to have more Fast Forces with more villains in it."
Okay. From everything I can hear, or I've heard around the net and whatnots, there's a lot of hype going for the villains Fast Forces.
Yeah. Well, we've never seen one.
Yeah.
It's always been heroes.
Yep.
They've kind of started going away from the big names, even on some of them, like the Streets of Gotham had the Birds of Prey. Teen Titans had the Ravagers, which, that one...
I don't own that one. I don't own that one.
Yeah, that was really obscure.
Yeah.
Even for
That
me,
was
like, I
a
didn't
new
even...
launch from New 52,
Okay.
Wave 2. It was a
Yeah, I didn't
spin-off
get that.
of the Teen Titans comic.
Yeah.
I actually read the first 7 or 8 issues.
Mm.
It wasn't awful. It wasn't awesome. But it
I just didn't have a compelling reason to care about it.
Mm-mm.
That was my take.
Looking forward to a new Solomon Grundy.
Yes.
Yeah, he should have like a really fun mechanic.
Yeah.
Depending on what day of the week it is, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The rhyme
whole
of Solomon
rhyme.
Grundy is, you know, he was born on a Monday,
That's
was
right.
married on a Tuesday,
Wasn't married.
took
or
ill.
christened?
Yeah.
Was
He has a whole
christened.
story. It's like a nursery rhyme.
Yeah.
And he always
Did you
just...
read his Earth 2 Villains issue?
I haven't got to it yet.
I didn't realize that was a thing of his before.
Yeah. Oh, he's always, you know, born on a Monday.
Okay.
Yeah.
In the new comic, in Earth 2, he doesn't say tons.
Right.
He's just, you know,
Sure.
gray.
Yeah. Earth 2 is a really good comic.
I love that comic.
Yeah.
I was actually sad to pick up Earth 2 this past month because it wasn't continuing the story and it was the villains thing. Even though that was a great month,
Yeah.
I just wanted to see what happened next.
With that war. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's such a good book.
it is. And all the new gods are being included in it.
Yeah.
Barda was in the last couple issues.
Mhm. Lots and lots of good stuff. So that is that. What I want in that.
It's amazing how many more dials they can make of Superman. I don't know what they haven't done. Or what is there left to do?
Improved targeting.
Yeah.
Oh wait, he does that.
What? Well, no.
Superman Ally already does improved targeting,
They'll,
basically.
they'll give them go through blocking terrain and stuff like that.
Yeah. Well, probably this one he'll have Legion TA instead because depending on your Superman origin, he kind of, as a young lad with powers, went with the Legion of Superheroes and kind of went into the future with them and learned how to be a hero and all that kind of stuff. So I think we'll probably see that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's coming up, and that could also be really devastating because, with Legion lost, he can now have any team ability.
That's very true.
So,
Oof.
see what happens. Next up, X-Men Days of Future Past. This ties in with the movie, but is not directly related to the movie.
Yeah, I guess they couldn't get the rights or something.
Yeah, I don't know.
This is solely based on the comic. Nothing. Nothing
It's
to do
very
with the
possible.
movie
I hadn't
at
thought
all.
about it.
They haven't actually done anything with the products that Fox has made, or that who is the other? Sony
Yeah,
for Spider-Man.
Spider-Man.
They haven't done any
X-Men.
Spider-Man or X-Men stuff from the new, or Fantastic Four, but that's going to be rebooted. You hear?
Yeah,
No, I didn't hear that.
Yep, they're going to reboot it again.
It needs it.
FF?
Yeah.
First two were trash.
Yeah, pretty much.
Is Marvel taking over?
I don't
Not
know. I
yet.
didn't hear.
Slowly but surely they are. They're getting a couple of them back. I think they got Ghost Rider back.
Daredevil?
They got Daredevil back. Yep.
I kind of like Nick Cage.
I
The first one, okay. The second one got real weird.
real weird.
I didn't see the second one.
No, God, I tried to watch
It's
it
a
the other
Nick
day.
Cage movie.
Yeah.
Dude, that guy, look, he can either be really awesome, like a legitimately good actor, or he can just go to Craftsville and just give you the worst stuff ever. The bees. Everybody's seen it, right?
If he's not saving the Declaration of Independence,
Right.
it's a horrible movie.
That was the joke this week. They're like, the government shut down. They're just like,
Fine.
you're like, Nick Cage, quick, now's your chance.
Yeah.
Go steal it.
Go steal the Declaration of
Yeah.
Independence.
He was in a good one called Matchstick Men. I enjoyed that
Is that the
one.
one where he has the bow on, bow
No,
and arrow?
that was The Weatherman or something like that.
Something like that.
No, Matchstick Man was, he has OCD, and he's a thief. Or a con artist. Very, very interesting. So back to X-Men here. 24-figure gravity feed based on the comic story. Parallel Sentinel Colossal figure release. So we're gonna have another big Sentinel.
It's cool.
Yeah.
I don't know. What is that? The next line says, ties your sales into the movie release from Sony.
It looks as if it's releasing around the same time the movie is
Okay, that's
being
all it
released.
Right.
Okay.
It's not that it's actually
They're
has
just,
anything to do with
yeah,
this.
just
they're just
a
trying to jump on that.
Coincidence.
If you like the movie, or if you tolerated the movie,
Right.
then you should buy this.
Or you at least like the comic, which was good, unlike the movie will be.
Hater.
Easy.
Hey, look, it's Destiny.
Oh,
Is that Destiny?
That's Destiny.
Okay.
perfect.
And there's Nimrod,
Yes.
this big white robot. There's the,
That's a cool Wolverine.
Yeah.
it's the cover from that.
The classic cover.
Mhm.
Yeah, with the mutants
Just no
behind them.
Kitty Pryde there.
Yeah.
But otherwise, yeah, it's exactly the same.
Yep.
It looks like somebody's being shot by the Sentinel, all
Yeah.
yellowed.
Yeah, some new Sentinels.
That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah. That is April of next year.
hmm
Next, we've got Deadpool.
Out of nowhere.
I did not expect this.
Yes, out of nowhere.
So,
I like it, though. I like that they are venturing into more obscure characters.
yes.
Yeah.
Though he's not terribly obscure anymore.
Yeah, he's kind of
No,
a fan
not anymore
favorite.
at all. Yeah. I mean, when
His,
when's
sorry.
the last time we've had a Deadpool? Besides Love of Spider-Man?
GSX.
Yeah, Ellie.
That's still a while ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, oh yeah, the X-Force one.
hmm
Yeah.
80 figure set. Sub-themes of Thunderbolts, Deadpool Core, and Deadpool's allies and many enemies. So, Mitch, your favorite?
Thunderbolts.
Dude, I don't even hate Thunderbolts anymore. There's so much worse stuff out there, like, I don't even care.
This is great. Thunderbolts are going to be BA. And it looks as if they're going to have a, Toy Man's Toys / Flock of Bats things with removable word bubbles.
Yeah.
You know, the whole Deadpool
I
breaking the
heard-
fourth wall.
Somebody, I think it was on Reddit, it might have been on HC Realms, they were talking, they're like, they really need to, like, go all out with these speech bubbles and breaking the fourth wall and, like, give a chase with, like, the word balloon that says something like, go ahead and try to sell me neckbeard. You know, like, something like that.
Yeah, that could be pretty funny.
So, yeah, I'm not a huge Deadpool fan, not because I don't like him, just because I don't know him well. I mean, I have the X-Force LE, and other than that, I've seen him, or I've read one X-Force comic with him in it, or one arc with him in it. And then there was the Ryan Reynolds portrayal of...
Which the first scene in that movie was fine.
Yeah.
After that, just turn the movie off.
Yep.
You're talking about the second Wolverine movie?
Yes.
No.
X-Men Origins Wolverine.
The first one?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
So, yeah, those are my only occurrences of Deadpool that I know, so I just don't know the character well.
Well, I know his origin, and I know that he was another Rob Liefeld creation, and when Rob submitted this character to the writer, Scott Lobdell, and described him, Scott sent it back to him and says, "You can't do this. This is Deathstroke from Teen Titans."
Yeah.
And they kind of went from there.
Yeah, I always wondered which came first.
Yeah,
Deathstroke
by
Deadpool.
like 20 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Aren't their names even similar?
Yes,
Slade
Wilson and Wade Wilson.
Yep. I thought so.
The originality of Rob Liefeld, ladies and gentlemen.
And they have, on the slide here, it has a top secret stamp over the "As Chase Figures, so cool!"
Yes.
Yeah.
Trying to make you, wonder.
Now, one thing they did say, I actually caught the YouTube video of the panel, they said that this is going to encompass a lot of different corners of the Marvel Universe because Deadpool can fit into so many different corners.
Yep.
Okay.
So you have X-Men, you have Avengers, you have this Cable, you have a whole lot of stuff. Spider-Man, because he's everywhere.
Yeah.
So you don't know really what you're going to see in this, but we do know that Dr. Bong, as in the sound a bell makes,
That's so weird.
he's going to be here. And looks like we have my favorite Juggalo, Domino.
That's not... Who got chosen as the Marvel fan choice?
That was Death's Head. Or no, wait. Shriek.
She's also a Juggalo looking...
I was excited about that. We can have a Juggalo team.
You see, there might be a second Juggalo in this.
Miracles.
That almost looks like a guy with spider webs swinging from a thing.
It does.
But he also looks like he has a gun.
Yeah.
So
It's probably like a Spider-Man Deadpool thing.
Wait, this isn't the, remember the Venom LE? Where he's
Oh,
jumping
Agent
over?
Venom.
I wonder if it's something similar.
That could be.
Maybe.
I have seen something that said maybe this will be a chance to get a non-con exclusive Agent Venom.
True.
Yeah.
But mostly I'm excited about the Thunderbolts.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I concur.
Round out the awesomeness
There are
that is
already too
Thunderbolt.
many Thunderbolts.
Something to note here. This doesn't say 5-figure booster set, but it says booster brick set. So the last couple of sets coming up have specifically Superman and Invincible Iron Man have been without team bases or colossals.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know that that's going to be the case here.
I don't know either since it's 80 figs.
Yeah.
Wolverine was what, 90?
Mm-hmm.
Well, if you look at the other slides so far, Superman and Legion says a 5-figure booster brick. Deadpool just says booster brick. The Invincible Iron Man says 60-figure booster brick. So it doesn't say 5-figure, but we know there's no super boosters there. So I don't know if you can really insinuate whether or not you are going to get a super booster from that or not.
Right.
Because only one of them that we know is a 5-figure set actually says it in the line.
Right. True.
And, I mean...
I don't know, but everybody seemed to breathe a sigh of relief when there was no colossal / team base
Yeah.
in the
Hopefully
bricks anymore.
Team
Yeah.
Base is just
Go away.
gone after AVX.
We will see.
I mean, they're cool to display. I'm sure a lot of people have bought them to display only, but
Yeah.
Yep.
just don't bring them to the store.
Look that table. flip it.
I think they did a lot better with the X-Men team bases than they did with the Teen Titans ones, though.
Yeah. Teen Titans ones were very much point click and
That was
destroy.
their beta team bases.
Mm-hmm.
We beta tested them.
Yeah.
Yeah. The team, they're on the watch list, right?
Oh yeah.
They are.
Yeah.
They're working together.
Works on.
Okay.
Yeah.
So,
Which
maybe,
we talked about last week.
maybe they'll get better.
Yeah.
Maybe.
They could. They could.
Make them playable.
Yeah.
We will see.
Alright, next slide we have is another Lord of the Rings. This is the Return of the King set, 31 figure gravity feed. Campaign starter release for the time of the third installment of the Lord of the Rings release.
Yeah, you're gonna see a lot of the Dead Army.
Yeah,
in this
I'm
set.
excited. Get some generic
There's gonna
generic
be a bunch of
armies.
them.
Okay, I want a colossal Arlephant.
Of the elephant,
Oh.
the giant elephants.
Come on now.
It's an elephant.
It's great.
Yeah,
That would be
they might have them.
Who's the Green Man?
That is the
The
Dead
ghost.
King.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You know, Dead King? Do you remember?
I haven't seen Return of the
I can't.
Oh,
What was
my.
that, Mitch?
King. I haven't seen Return of the King.
I still can't.
Whoa, whoa.
I haven't seen Return of the King!
So, guess what's going to happen soon? We're
Yeah.
going to,
I'm gonna go. I'm just gonna leave.
Yeah, just stop this recording.
No, I shouldn't say that.
I actually own the Blu-ray set.
yeah, it's going to be
We need to watch it.
just
Yeah.
long, drawn out.
I watched
All
that
three of them.
entire Blu-ray set over a period of Friday night going into Saturday afternoon.
Dude. I rewatched Fellowship of the Ring recently, and I was amazed at how many, memes were knocking around that movie.
Yeah.
And I mean, as soon as Boromir had, little pinky hands, I was just like, one does not simply. You know? It was great. It was great. I enjoyed it on a whole new level.
Yep.
So, that is, it's what you'd expect. I mean, it's
Yeah.
Looks
going.
like King Aragon, too.
Yeah, when he becomes king. Yeah. Going back to Two Towers, I hope they have the Ents
Yeah.
in this.
Yeah.
In that set.
Yeah.
That would be really cool.
Just a really tall guy in the little tiny boxes? Or
Yeah, I
Trees.
think that's. I
Well,
think
no, I
that's
mean,
what'll happen.
So it's going to be like a Pacific
Yeah,
Rim
exactly.
colossal
Yeah, I
on
see
a single
that happening.
base.
Oh.
Yeah.
If nothing else, they should at least do a map almost like Krakoa, where it's Ents just swinging. You know, and you might take damage from it.
Oh, yeah.
That would be cool.
Or do
Yeah.
something that has the Batman 66 Batmobile.
Mm-hmm.
Something that's released
Oh, yeah.
separate,
Yeah, people will buy it.
big, you know.
If they're reasonable, people will buy an army events.
I think so.
Man, have they done a Battle of Helm's Deep map?
Mm-mm.
Ever? No.
Yes.
It's in the
They have?
it's in the Lord of the Rings starter. The
Yes.
first one.
I need to just get that.
I need to get all of them, which
Yeah.
sucks because they're not cheap.
No. But the maps are pretty cool.
Yes. They're very amazing.
Yeah, the Helm's Deep map's cool.
Yeah,
Well, more Lord of the Rings is always fun.
I dig it. Even though I haven't seen the last
And one thing they don't have in all these slides, I'm sure they're going to have a Hobbit set when the movie comes out.
Yeah, I think pretty much we're going to see Lord of the Rings until at least the end of,
The third
those
one.
movies. Yeah.
Alright.
This
Then
one, unexpected, right? Or kind of expected.
I kind of expected it.
Kind of expected? Okay.
Just because
Kind of expected part of it, but
What is it?
Guardians of the Galaxy. You know, a
Whoa.
raccoon with a big gun.
That is going to be, what's his face?
Rocket Raccoon.
No,
Yep.
what's his face?
Star-Lord.
The actor?
Oh,
Oh,
Bradley
is it
Cooper.
Yeah, is that
Yeah.
confirmed? Yeah.
He's been Rocket Raccoon?
Yeah. That's
Okay.
fine.
But he's
I
not
thought-
British.
is the raccoon supposed to be British?
Yeah.
Really? I thought he was a space
He's
raccoon.
a saucy tart.
He's an actor.
The raccoon is?
No, Bradley Cooper. He can make an
Yeah,
accent for
yes.
the movie.
That's true.
Look
He
at Christian
will.
Bale.
Ooh.
Yeah, but if
British?
all these British actors.
Oh, I immediately went to Rachel! I'm like, well, that's nobody's normal voice.
He's British with no accent.
Yeah.
Suddenly.
And same thing with Superman.
Yep.
And
Taking all their roles.
isn't Vin Diesel
He's the voice
Dax
of
the
Groot.
Destroyer. Oh, he's Groot.
He's Groot,
Okay.
which is fine. He'll have 3 words to say throughout the entire movie.
I am Groot.
I am Groot.
Dude, Vin Diesel plays D&D.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's
Really?
legit.
He's a nerd, man.
Yeah.
Alright.
Actually, side note, I heard he pretty much... He either, like, helped finance the last Riddick movie, or made some major decisions to, like, help it be legit in some way. I don't remember. It was like the R rating.
Was it any good?
I don't know. I've always heard the Riddick movies are good. I've never seen any of them, though.
Okay. But it did have Starbuck in it.
Yes.
I don't remember her name.
You do that to me. Oh, Katie Sackhoff.
That's it!
Yeah.
Starbuck from
Who's
Battlestar Galactica.
rumored to be Miss Marvel, right?
Yes, that was.
Oh, yeah, that one.
Yeah.
If there is a Miss Marvel, I mean, we'll see.
There will
They
be.
cast Scarlet Witch, they cast Quicksilver.
There will be.
Did you see that?
I didn't.
Quicksilver is Kick-Ass.
Oh, really?
Really?
Aaron Johnson, yeah.
Okay.
And Scarlet Witch is...
Gonna look it up as soon as you tell me.
A fine
you'll-
lady.
She is till there's a third Olsen. Elizabeth Olsen.
Oh.
What?
Yeah. Did anyone know that there's a third Olsen?
Is this
She's not
one-
a twin.
Is this one Wayfish?
She's
and
just
Weird too?
their sister. She's older.
Was she there
seems,
when...
She seems normal. She's been in a couple movies. I don't know what,
Oh,
but
man.
she is Scarlet Witch. We'll
Huh.
see.
Huh.
Interesting.
Was she at the apartment that night, too?
Oh,
R.I.P. Joker.
yeah.
For everyone. For everyone.
Yeah, that looks
That looks just like the rest of the Olsens.
that looks Olsenian.
Slightly younger, I guess.
Yes.
I could
They all
see her
have
as
big
Scarlet
mouths. Like, wide mouths.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Witch. Yeah.
Just me?
Guardians of the Galaxy.
Guardians of the Galaxy.
is coming up.
So this is actually an announcement for 2 different sets. A comic book based 5-figure booster set, and a corresponding Guardians of the Galaxy movie gravity feed set. There's a lot of G's in that.
G.
Exactly.
What up, G?
So we're going to be having the very movie-esque looking gravity feed like we have seen with Avengers movie and Iron Man 3 and Thor Dark World and all that goodness. But then we're actually going to have a 5-figure comic set too.
Yeah, that'd be pretty cool. I mean, we haven't had a Rocket Raccoon in who knows?
Hammer of Thor
Yeah,
was the last one.
forever ago. So
Now we'll have like 4.
yeah,
Yeah, probably.
so that'd be cool.
Hopefully they don't just remake Galactic Guardians.
Yeah, there was a whole lot of Guardians in that set.
Yeah, probably like they'll be. Yeah, I doubt they'll like do a bunch of Nova Corps members and stuff like that. I don't know.
Maybe.
Depends what the movie is.
Who's all in it.
Yeah, besides the Star-Lord and Groot and Drax.
Drax, Star-Lord we both had in Galactic Guardians. And Groot, Rocket Raccoon we haven't seen since Hammer of Thor.
Groot was what was Spider-Man.
Oh, was he?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, but
So
early.
yeah. It's pretty exciting. It's definitely different. I mean, that's the first time I've seen that doing half and half. Doing half based on the movie and half based on the comic book for the booster and the gravity feed.
Well, I don't think they're
Comic
half
book,
and half in that way. I think they're just 2 products that are related. That it's like Chaos War and Avengers movie set came out roughly near the same time. Both Avengers sets, but one was movie, one was a comic based.
Yeah.
They just happen to share the same name.
Yeah. I think they're just coinciding.
It is just kind of strange though that it does have the exact same name.
This is also what... Like,
Oh no, it's Galactic Guardians, right?
No, that was the one that came out earlier.
That's what I mean.
Yeah,
Not
Galactic
the exact
Guardians,
same
yeah.
name.
Not Guardians.
Redacted.
Oh, yeah.
Redacted.
Redacted.
But this is also, release 14 in the line of
Yeah.
crazy stuff that we've been revealed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, a lot can change since then.
Yeah, and then that's not coming out until, it says August 2014, but in reality it's probably September, October, at least.
Yeah, they always get pushed.
Depending on the movie, I guess.
Yep.
Yeah. And it could be that those two split up and the movie set releases sooner than later. Because those always release before the movies come out.
Yeah.
I got a big old smile on my face.
Do you?
Yeah.
Oh,
Is
yeah.
Is it because of the next stuff?
Yeah.
Me too.
I about fell out of my chair when I saw this.
I got a text with this, and all it said was, there is a Lantern event coming up.
Yeah.
That is literally what it said. There is a Lantern event coming. Or, no, I'm sorry. Lantern event June 2014. I had no idea what that meant.
You really?
Not at that point. Well, there was a couple numbers in there that I didn't know.
Oh, yeah.
So it was just like from random digits. I'm not sure who it was. Sorry, whoever it was.
It just spread throughout the universe.
It was just like, Lantern event, June 2014.
The cell phone signals shook.
And I thought, maybe it's a comic event. Maybe they're doing a new, third army.
Yeah,
That's the fourth army.
Yeah,
Something. But I did not realize that it would be the War of the Light Hero Clicks Organized Play event.
Yeah, so what do we
Boom
know?
shakalaka.
Before we get into the slide, it's me getting my hands dirty. I found out some info for you.
Uh-oh.
The way this works, it is a 6-month event, very similar to Fear itself. There will be 2 waves. Wave
Okay.
1, Wave 2. Presumably, months 1, 2, 3 is 1 wave, 4, 5, 6 is Wave 2.
So it will be a constructed set of 5-figure boosters,
Mm-hmm.
and then it'll be a different set second half.
Right. Well, that's cool.
I hope
That's cool.
It'll make it a lot harder to collect everything, because, it's 3
I'll
months.
go everywhere. I'll shark it up.
I mean, because, right now, Fear itself, we're coming up to month 5 at our local venue.
Right.
At our local venue.
Heroic Adventures Edwardsville.
Yeah. And there's a lot of people who already have the set completed or don't want anything in the set anymore,
Yes.
except for maybe 1 or 2 super rares.
Yeah.
Or me, who hasn't pulled a single super rare yet.
Really?
Yeah, I haven't gotten
Bummer.
one.
This week's your week.
I hope.
We're doing 2 boosters, so.
Oh,
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
Good chance of that.
Good chances. So yeah, a lot of people are saying, I don't want any of this crap, I don't want all this stuff, and this will kind of keep it fresh, keep it new.
So the very first thing we see on the slide is a duo fig of Parallax jumping out of a Yellow Lantern.
The Entity of Fear, Parallax.
Yeah.
So, this kind of looks like the same way that the Affinity Gauntlet,
Mm-hmm.
that's the first thing I thought of, was the Affinity Gauntlet Ellies from the 6 months.
Before we go any further, let's give a little background, because we have 2 guys here who really don't have any idea what this is all about.
0%.
In the Green Lantern movie.
No!
No!
Okay, usually I don't agree with Mitch on his bad judgment of movies, but that was just not good.
It was
It was
disappointing.
bad.
I even liked Brian Reynolds.
The
most of
end was
time.
good.
The end was pretty good.
At the very end.
The very end.
Turns, yeah.
However, okay, so there's the different lantern cores that coincide with the different colors of the rainbow. Yay, rainbow
Right.
lanterns.
Skills.
You have red is rage, orange is avarice, yellow is fear, green is will, blue is hope, indigo is compassion, and violet is love. You also have black and white, which is death and life. Hooray. They all have lantern power batteries, but there's also an entity for each one. Parallax is the entity of fear. Then there's Ion, who is the entity of will. I don't remember the crazy weird names for the rest of them, but there's the Predator, which is the entity of love, and Butcher, which is the entity of rage.
Mm-hmm.
He looks like a bull, and the Predator looks like a big cat thing.
Who's that guy?
We'll get
to him.
Oh, we'll get to it.
Parallax looks like a big bug. Ion looks like a big fish.
Mm-hmm.
The blue one looks like a bird. Is it a bird?
Yeah.
Purple's like a starfish.
Yeah.
Yeah, orange is a snake.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Now, generally speaking, the way it works is it does go kind of like the color spectrum, Roy G. Biv. And the further you get away from the middle, the more unstable they are. So like red is super crazy, and so is violet.
Which they've gotten a little, like in the Red Lantern comics, they've gotten a little less, woohoo, out there.
They're still pretty crazy.
I mean, yeah, but still.
So, yeah, that's what this event is all about. It's basically all of these factions at war with their light.
Okay.
And
of their light.
yes. There's some that are friendly to each other. Green and blue are basically on the same side.
Mm-hmm.
The rest, really not so much. Purple or indigo is really kind of in the middle.
And you don't really know a whole lot about them throughout the War of the Light series.
Yeah.
A little bit more has been revealed about them in the current events, but...
For the longest time, there was just the Green Lanterns. There was the Green Lanterns, and then the Violets weren't really the Violets, they were just called the Star Sapphires, and they were an enemy of Green Lantern.
I thought there was only one. There were more? Okay.
Yeah. It was just the one that was on Earth.
Okay.
Starting with the Green Lantern Rebirth relaunch back in 2004? Yeah, 4. That's where everything started building. The very first other core that we saw was the Sinestro core. Sinestro was formerly a Green Lantern. He got a little power hungry, thought he knew better than the Guardians who kind of govern all the lanterns, or all the Green Lanterns. Went a little totalitarian, Hitler-esque, because he thought it was best for his planet, and he got shut down. Well, he became, an enemy of the Green Lanterns, and specifically Hal Jordan. But he had all these ties to the Green Lanterns, too. So anyway, long story short, he finds these guys who can make his own rings based off the thing that Green Lanterns are weak against, which is fear.
Okay.
That's the one thing that'll stop your willpower is if you doubt,
Well, it used to be yellow, and then it became fear.
It kind of expanded. I mean, Green Lantern's no longer weak against mustard.
Yep.
Right.
So, we're lemonade.
Not pink lemonade.
Indeed.
Just lemonade.
So, so it kind of spread out from there. You started discovering that it was bigger than just the Green Lanterns, the Green Lanterns are just basically space police. They have their own sector to guard. And the Guardians say, this is your sector, protect it, use your willpower to police, this sector of the galaxy. So they're space cops.
Okay.
Now, these other guys are obviously running against that Sinestro core. All the others have they're the Red Lanterns. Sinestro, because he's arrogant, is Sinestro core. It's an amazing series.
Yeah.
I got it all. Most of it in hardcover. It's that good.
Yeah.
And I got the
You need to read
issues,
it.
too.
It's pretty good.
Yeah. So, anyway, that's what this is all about. These guys are all going toe-to-toe, head-to-head, mano-y-mano.
You've kind of seen some of the differences of the lanterns in the Blackest Night starter set with Blue Lantern, Flash, and Indigo Lantern, the Atom, and Star Sapphire, Wonder Woman, and all those. And then on the DC 75th set, they had iconic members of each of the Lantern Corps that showed up.
Right.
Saint Walker for Blues, and Indigo One for Indigo, and so on and so forth.
Yeah, so slide 1, we've got Parallax, which is the yellow Sinestro entity popping out of the lantern.
Gotcha.
Being all mischievous. And what's interesting about that is he is numbered 065, which to me indicates super rare, chase, something along those lines.
Mm-hmm.
Unless it's, how are the Fear Itself LEs numbered? They're 10 whatevers, aren't they?
Yeah, 100.
Yeah.
Oh, that scares me.
So,
That's going to be tough to collect then if it's that big of a set with only
you get
event
3
pieces.
months and there's at least 65 figures.
Yeah.
You get 3 chances at half of them.
Yeah.
That's terrifying. I don't want to.
Maybe they learn their Fear Itself lesson though, and they'll actually ship so everyone can have 2
Yeah,
boosters.
now everybody has 2 totally different stories.
You're getting 30 figs.
Assuming you only go to one venue.
Right.
Sure. Or one day of the week or whatever.
Sure.
So second one we have here, you know the Spectre, but do you know the Red Lantern Spectre? That's this guy.
I see 50A.
50A, which their speculation is that dial 1. I don't think so, simply because this isn't indicating any kind of dial. This is showing the sculpt. I think we are probably going to see primes.
I hope not. Especially not in this type of set.
Yeah.
Because if now you have a 1 in 50 case prime, now it's going to be even more impossible to collect everything you're wanting.
Well,
especially if you want the set.
Hopefully they would box them up accordingly. If they did do that.
But still.
And say, okay, we're sending this story case. There's a prime of each rarity in these 2 cases.
See, I mean, and that would have to be the thing,
Right.
which makes them a whole lot less prime than what we have seen so
Right.
far. Makes them super rare, almost.
Yeah.
The other thought that I had was that in the Days of Future Past, the Sentinel, they have shown a switch clicks A and B dial, one being a more offensive-minded, one being a more defensive-minded. It could be that this is just the number 50A sculpt, but 50B is going to be the same sculpt, just another dial.
Right.
Like an actual pull the dial off, put it
Right.
on switch click.
Yeah.
And that's why there would be an A and a B, because there's 2 significantly different dials.
Mm-hmm.
Which I kind of hope for the collection's sake. Now for the cool factor, I kind of hope it's not that.
Yeah.
But I would have expected the Red Lantern to be the prime, because the green one would have been more common.
Right.
And he wasn't any other color, was he?
They might just do regular Spectre too.
Maybe.
So, yeah, we got that. He looks really, really cool. Looks to be...
Colossal,
Yeah.
at least.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. I have a picture of a quarter there. Doesn't look that big.
He'll probably be the size of, what, that
No.
other Spectre that I have? Like, what all?
No.
I was thinking the GSX Colossals. If you remember those. The Sentinel, the Frost Giants,
Yeah, but how would they box them up in the boosters?
Yeah.
He's not that big.
That's why I'm thinking null size.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's sad.
Yeah. So,
He should be colossal.
next, we got the Lanterns themselves. Now, it looks to me like they're their own individual resource. That's how it appears.
They do, it does appear that they have dials with little windows showing something or other. Which, again, that's terrifying for collecting them all.
Right. Either way, really kind of cool though. I'm geeking out over it.
Yes.
I wonder if they'll just pack those in all the boosters, kind of like the Mandarin rings.
Or if they're, participation prizes or something.
Yeah, I could, just counting them, they could do the starter things like Fear itself, get rid of 2. Then you have month 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then you would get 2 lanterns in month 6.
That could be.
If they did it that way.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
hope they don't do the starters again. I don't really like that. But that means more lanterns that I can get without having to track them down. So,
Right. So the next one down, it looks like we have basically 2 of each for each core. I do spy a Dexstar,
I do as well.
the Rage Kitty.
Yes. And
What-
Belize for red.
Yeah. And we got Carousel and Lysdrac.
Wow, I was wondering if you remembered her name.
Yeah.
There's Larfleeze, and it looks like a Glommy.
Yeah.
Glomulus
Yeah.
as the orange construct.
Who's basically like Slimer.
Yeah,
Oh.
he's super cool.
Elephant Man,
Elephant Man and Sister What's-Her-Face for the
Yeah.
blue. I don't remember their names.
Sister Christian. Oh, your time has come.
Do you remember what the Green's names are?
Yeah. What's your? Oh gosh, it's so on the tip of my tongue. Arissa,
Yes,
and I don't remember the Stone Dude.
Stone Dude. Then we have Not Two for Everyone.
Oh yeah, you're
That
right.
looks like Carol Ferris again. for Star Sapphires, which I bet Fatality will be making an appearance.
Right.
If they're putting some of these other ones out there. And then Monk
Yeah.
as in Indigo.
Yeah. So, little taste of what's to come there. They look pretty neat. We will see.
I'm super excited about this set.
Yeah, it's going to be great.
Which one is Dexter? The
Dexter is the kitten.
top one.
Yeah.
He's just a angry cat that spews blood, and he's out for revenge because his owner got killed.
That's the what the guy chose to make.
Which I wonder if he was given this as a little bit of insider information, because I remember when we were standing there, he said he wanted to do Dexstar, but that'd be contingent on some other information. So I wonder if they kind of said, hey, maybe not, hold off.
Right.
Like one's in the works already.
Oh,
Yeah.
I see.
So, moving on down the line, you asked the question, who is this guy? This guy is the Anti-Monitor, who is one of the big bads in the DC Universe who, in the original big company-wide crossover, Crisis on Infinite Earths, this guy basically ate the multiverse. He's kind of that strong.
So we already have 2 iterations of this gentleman, I guess. Gentleman.
I actually own one of them. I own
Yeah.
the Sinestro Corps one.
There was the Anti-Monitor, which is just kind of, bland, hey, this is the bad guy.
Which he was very underpowered for what he does.
Then, at some point, he became a member of the Sinestro Corps, or he became, like, a part of their battery. I don't remember how it went.
Both.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if you want to do a Sinestro Corps theme team, you actually can have the Anti-Monitor, and he's stupid big and stupid bad, and he lights up.
Yeah. He's got like 15 attack with Psychic Blast for 7 damage. And he can push infinitely.
Yeah, he's colossal.
And it doesn't hurt him.
He's got multi-attack. He's got just a bunch of stupid things.
Yeah. So anyway, he died. R.I.P. Pour one out for Anti-Monitor. And he joined the Black Lanterns because he was dead and he didn't have a choice. So we have Black Lantern, Anti-Monitor.
So Black Lanterns, if you're unfamiliar, it's zombies.
Yeah.
Okay.
Basically, in the Blackest Night run of the comics, Black Hand, the villain guy, died and a Black Lantern ring came out of him and went onto his hand, and he became the first Black Lantern. He wasn't the entity of Black Lanterns, was he? But he was the first Black Lantern, and he took Bruce Wayne's skull, and somehow that created, because there were so many links to Bruce, that was enough of a link to create this big pile of Black Lantern rings, and they went out and found dead people, and they went into graves and resurrected them, and brought them as Black Lanterns, and that's why we have in the DC 10th, Black Lantern Batman, Black Lantern Superman, Black Lantern Wonder Woman.
I see.
Anybody who had ever died at one point could be a Black Lantern.
Cool.
So, it was DC Zombies. So, Anti-Monitor was dead, so he became the Black Lantern.
Yeah. Now that is not the grand prize, though.
No.
Because I actually, again, watching the video, he showed that, and he's like, that's actually not the grand prize for the event.
Okay.
The grand prize is Necron on the next page.
That is the colossal base look.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's why they showed that.
3x5 or whatever it is, 3 or 4.
Yeah. Necron is Grim Reaper, evil, king of zombie thing.
That looks phenomenal.
There's a small Hal Jordan.
Yeah.
There's a small Hal Jordan sitting there next to him.
Now, I don't know if that's
Lantern.
all part of the same thing, or if that's just showing off Hal alongside him. To show how big.
Size.
Yeah. Either way, jeez Louise, that thing looks cool.
So, now I want to win. I want to win.
I want to win.
I want to win that.
Yeah.
Because that's super cool. Like, there's not really been an event prize that I've really wanted. I didn't want Thanos on his throne. I didn't want Batcave. I don't really care about the dragon. I want that.
Yeah. Absolutely, man. Looks cool. We'll see. Hopefully the Serpent is the first prize that is actually good and looks cool.
Yeah.
We'll see. because that would give us hope for Necron too.
So, in my perusings of the interwebs, I did find another slide that wasn't from that event, but there's another upcoming.
You're gonna de-hype us with that?
I gotta taper down somehow.
Okay.
The Yu-Gi-Oh! Clicks!
Oh.
As of now, there are 3 different series planned. Kind of like the Lord of the Rings having one for each of the movies of the trilogy. There's actually 3 release sets. Looks like they're going to be gravity feeds, and a starter set of Series 1. Starter set December 2013. Gravity feed February 2014. It's a 55 figure set. Then in May 2014 and September 2014, they're doing Series 2 and 3. There is going to be an organized play event, or an organized play storyline. I don't know if that's an official event or not, but hey, if you're a fan of the Yu-Gi-Ohs.
Actually, some of the dials don't look too bad.
And then the trap and spell mechanic looks pretty cool too. So far we've only seen one, the Hits on Me Giant. Nobody got, no.
Hits on Me Giant?
I don't remember what it's actually.
I'm just really looking forward to being able to say believe in the heart of the cards, and it's totally, like,
legit
on topic.
But basically, you can apply a character to your team for 10 points, and you can either make it a spell or a trap, and it has different effects based on which one you pick. Or, if the character is on your force for the full cost, and they KO, then you can take them, they're switch clicks, you take them off the dial, turn it to either the spell or the trap, place it face down, and then you can activate it with a power action and do what you can get it activated too.
I see.
So, I don't know, pretty neat.
It is.
Yeah. So that is Gamma. That is what is coming up right now. Lots of really cool stuff headed our way in the future. And it's nice. It's nice to know,
What's upcoming?
What's ahead?
yeah, what's what. So, wow, coming down from all that, we have a couple more things that have happened. We had Thor: The Dark World release this week.
Yep.
And it just so happens, before we talk about that, I was perusing myself here, and I happened to find the Target chases, as did you.
Oh.
So we've got Thor.
Oh, you're on Thor.
You're on Thor? Who's on
No.
Thor?
You are on Thor?
Go ahead, read Thor.
I'm not Thor. I'm on Thor. Gosh, it makes me want to...
I'm Thor.
Yeah, exactly. So, alright, so what do we have? We have Thor. He's got 2 traits. Thor can use super strength, give Thor a close combat action. If it hits, he may roll a d6. If the result is greater than the damage taken, replace him with Thor: The Dark World 001 Thor on the same click number +1. So now we have our first switch where you heal him a little bit. That's kind of cool.
Oh, yeah.
Second trait, Godly Stamina.
Same click number +1 is not healing.
What if you're on 1?
Then you go to 2. Click number
+1?
+1. You actually go
you
further
damage.
down the dial.
I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Not +1 is in good.
Yeah, I guess
Yeah.
minus would be.
Yeah. Right. Never mind that. Alright, Godly Stamina. Thor begins the game with 2 stamina tokens on his card. Thor would be given pushing damage. You may instead remove a stamina token and ignore the pushing damage.
So some limited willpower.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
He's 125 points. He has a attack power. It says Thor can use Precision Strike and Quake. And this guy is pretty reasonable. I mean, he's not like a super crazy powerhouse.
Yeah.
125 points.
Yeah, no TA.
No.
Asgardian, Avengers, Deity, Warrior keywords. Pretty average attack values for the most part.
Yeah.
A couple 11s towards
Freaking 9
mid
in
end.
there.
Yeah. So this is the chase you probably are not going to go crazy to get, but Odin.
He gets real squishy in there. He gets some 15s for defense.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
he has
ugly.
high attack value and damage value.
Well,
but
he's-
low defense.
Yeah, he sacrifices that 15 toughness for flurry 11 attack 4 damage.
Yeah.
Are we really calling this a chase?
It's a chase.
Well, it's Target exclusive.
Okay.
Well, talk about. Did you see the other one?
Yeah, I'm looking at it. The Odins just get more and more ridiculous.
Odin is
I
silly.
mean, oh my god.
Anthony Hopkins up in this.
350 points, 12 running shot, 12 psychic blast for 5 damage leadership with 19 invincible. I don't think I've seen a 19 invincible yet. That's
Nope.
probably the first.
For 350,
Power Cosmic.
10
Power
clicks.
cosmic.
Yeesh.
Ignores hindering,
For
because why not?
attack.
Yeah.
Check out that
Improved
tree.
targeting.
Gungnir.
Go ahead.
Just read it.
Alright. Go for it, Jared.
Once per game, give Odin a double power action and make a ranged combat attack targeting the highest point opposing character anywhere on the map. For this attack, Odin's combat values are locked. The attack cannot be evaded, and the attack roll can't be re-rolled by friendly characters. After actions resolve, deal Odin 1 unavoidable damage.
So it's an attack, so it's not penetrating. But still.
But, yeah, and it
So-
can be evaded.
For those of you who are not as familiar with Norse mythology, Gungnir is his spear
Yeah,
that
spear.
Odin wields that has a enchantment on it that once thrown, it will hit its target. Like it doesn't miss. And it's supposed to kill whoever it hits too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, pretty BA.
That's crazy.
Pretty
Cool.
great. Now, for anybody here who bought Thor the Dark World, what are your thoughts?
I bought 0.
I have gone to 3 different targets. They're all gone.
Heroic Adventures Edwardsville has
Yeah.
all your needs.
Which is where I'll be going.
except
next.
target needs.
I was trying to
Right,
get these
except target
exclusives,
needs.
which is looking like it's
Are-
not going to happen.
Are these the only two exclusives?
Yeah, these two. Thor
There's
and
no like uncommons or
I don't think
rares.
so. I
No?
don't think so. I don't know. I might be wrong.
I haven't checked.
I just know these two, these Thor and Odins,
Yeah.
and then that's it. But man, even that Odin, even at 200 points, running shot, energy explosion, 11 attack, 4 prob.
Yeah, it doesn't show his targets.
Yeah, he's got to have multiple targets, I would think, but you don't know.
Yeah. You would hope so with energy explosion.
Yeah. So every Odin that comes out is just a badass.
Yeah.
What else would you expect from an Odin, though? Really?
Yeah.
I mean,
Yep.
Yeah, I like that he has 3 clicks of leadership.
hmm
Usually that's gone pretty much instantly.
Mm-hmm.
You know, top click leadership and then it's over.
Yep.
Pretty cool.
Yeah. Now, I can't find the dial myself, but I do know there was a monster that looked amazing. He was like 100 points. What was his name?
I don't remember.
It was
but
like
yes.
it was like a rock troll type
No, it was
thing.
like a rock troll type guy.
Yeah. I know I'm sounding utterly professional right now.
Curse.
No.
So excuse me for that.
What? Yeah, we saw it Wednesday. Somebody got 2 of them.
Yeah. And that's
Really?
the kind of thing that you want to pack.
Yeah.
I do like those countdown clicks in this set. That's really interesting.
Yeah. Loki looked really good
Yeah,
too.
he's basically breaking out of jail. And what's
Yeah.
funny about it is it says you may turn. So what you'll do is you get down to where you're 1 turn left. And
it says you may?
It says may. So
Really?
at that point, now you're just playing strategy. Now you're setting the rest of your guys up, and then when you're ready to break them out of jail and give them place and pulse wave for free, boom, do it. Because that's what his power is.
He looked really cool.
You place him next to whoever you want, and then pulse wave
Yeah.
for free.
And doesn't he have shape change super senses?
I think so.
So you too will not be able to hit the Loki.
The Loki.
Yeah,
Prob as well.
Yeah.
there's a couple of those countdown clicks. That's a new mechanic. That's pretty interesting.
Not entirely new mechanic. That was in the Captain America set, where you had Icicle Cap and Weapon X Wolverine that had the
Yeah, the weight. Yeah.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
Had
Where
like the thing.
there was a countdown, and then you could actually take the icicle off of Captain America and then use him.
Oh, huh.
Until then, he wasn't on your
I remember
force.
those figs, but I never played them.
The guy that I was talking about was the Cronoan Stone Man.
Yes.
Which he has the most straightforward name. I like
Yes.
the fact that he's just Stone Man. 100 points, 6 clicks deep, colossal, and 17 impervious, straight up.
Gets to an 18.
Yeah,
Right,
super
and
strength charge.
the big one.
Side
It's
step.
It's just a plethora of
Plethora.
yeah, it is of 100 points of nuts.
Yeah.
Going
Pretty
nuts.
cool.
Yeah,
It's like the rock troll on steroids.
he's the stone man.
Well, that's what I mean.
I know. He's the stone man. It's just
Stone
doing it.
man. Ah.
Yeah, well, it's always sunny. Anyway, that is out. I haven't really seen much of any of it aside from
Last
just that.
Wednesday, yeah. There's a few things pulled, but I didn't look at them too closely.
Mhm.
I've actually been out of town, so I haven't looked at anything yet since.
I mean,
I
I
got
definitely want to get that Heimdall. Every Heimdall is just awesome. This one he can use Perplex and Prob with an 8 range, and he ignores everything basically
Pretty much.
for when he uses it.
Hindering terrain and characters.
Yeah, so it's
He also has traded super senses.
yeah.
Pretty
Sick.
cool.
All the Heimdalls are awesome.
Yep.
The Loki.
I'm sorry. If you don't know what we're talking about, you might want to take yourself to youtube.com and type in Thor Loki birthday party. It's really good, and you two will be laughing like an idiot over the dumbest thing imaginable. So, okay, other little bits that we got going on. Shatterstar is placed on the watch list.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's
Which
happening.
we kind of called that one.
Yeah. Any thoughts on that?
What? I mean, why? Besides the Batmite, you know.
Well, even without the Batmite, it was still, hey, move all the way across the board and have an Alpha Strike.
Yeah. Well, I guess the problem was the vehicles. Hopping somebody in a vehicle.
Yeah. Pop
And then-
somebody in
Oh,
a
I didn't even know that one.
That's the problem.
Pop somebody in a motorcycle and carry
Take
the
Ghost
motorcycle
Rider,
over.
put him in a vehicle.
Well, I saw one even less than that. Prep time, Colleen Wing.
Yeah, carry her over.
Prep time, Colleen Wing, Flurry, and then she has Charge Flurry Blades with,
Without
Or the, I mean,
with the ATA. Here's for hire.
yeah, the under.
She is.
70 points.
When you only use one of them, you could do their
Oh, right.
140 or 70 point dial.
Yep.
And the 70 point dial is pretty sick.
Yeah, with prep time it is.
It's 5 clicks, Charge Flurry Blades for the first 2 or outweigh it for the first 2 or 3. Or
Yeah.
flurries from the belt. But you prep time, Charge Flurry plus 2s. And then Shatterstar next turn has Charge Blades, I think, as well.
Yeah, that's the thing. You can prep time and still get over there first turn with Heroes for Hire.
Mm-hmm.
I think with this Shatterstar and the same with Spiral, I think they're just going to change it to share a keyword. You know, something simple. To where it takes away a lot of figures.
Yeah.
And I think, like we discussed before, a lot of this is stuff is overpowered because of the other stuff that is overpowered as well.
Mm-hmm.
And when you add these two overpowered things together,
Then
things
it
are really
creates
bad.
a big problem.
Like, without all of the stupid Alpha Strike that's going on with Heroes for Hire and all this other stuff, Spiral is still bad, but not as bad, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, I've
Or-
played against Spiral a number of times now. And probably over, I'd say 75% of the time, I don't even use the portals anymore.
Yeah.
And at least 50% of the time, the portals don't get used whenever I'm playing someone.
Mm-hmm.
And if they do, you just,
Everybody comes across and then you just duke it out there.
right.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's really it.
And like, without Heroes for Hire ATA, prep time I don't think is really that big a deal.
No, it
you-
wasn't.
Because they get locked down at that point.
It wasn't that big a deal during No Man's Land.
Well, like we talked about, the biggest problem is free movement.
Mm-hmm.
When you take out free movement, it's not that big a deal.
Yeah, free things
Yeah.
are the big deal.
Right.
Yep.
Right. So,
Yeah, no, that's my only verdict on Shatterstar.
yeah.
Going back to Spiral real quick, the thing I found to be the most problem with the portals is after you kill off the team, having to deal with Spiral herself. Because you get over there and she can pulse wave, or if you've knocked her down a little bit, she's got some nice flurry blades as well.
Yeah. She's tough.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, she's pretty sick.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Next.
I just,
Oh, go ahead.
I just hope they hurry up with this watch. Like, it's nice you put the watch list out, but okay, make some rulings.
Yeah, they gave us an update this week, basically just saying, hey, we're testing.
Yeah,
So
that's the only update.
Which I'm glad. Like, even if it's not done yet, I'm glad that they're not trying to just churn it out to get it done, because it looks like that's what they've been doing anyway.
I wonder if they'll do one by one, or if they'll just send them all, like, group everything together and say, okay, here's all the changes.
I hope that's what they are doing, is saying, okay, they got their playtest group this week, everyone's playing team bases. Or you guys are all playing team bases and you guys are playing normal teams.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see how this goes.
Sure.
Or you guys are all playing Spiral with Heroes for Hire.
Mm-hmm. And like we were kind of talking about it last time, was there's some of them that are really bad, but some of them are only really bad when you add something else that's really bad. Like the GCPD ATA. That's a lot of acronym. Where they get to, as long as they have no action tokens, they can move 4 squares for free.
Right.
Well, that's not bad.
No, 4 squares.
4 squares is not so bad, and if you've done an action, you have to clear before you can do it again.
Yeah.
Not too bad. Until you throw cop cars in there. And, oh look, free action, move 4 squares, hit somebody for 1 unavoidable damage.
Yeah.
Alright, oh look,
here's
next
my real
turn. Well, no.
Oh yeah, don't even.
Don't do anything. Next turn, oh look, free action, hit him again.
Yeah.
You do three cop cars, and you're just running over people all over the place.
Somebody's taking 6 unavoidable after 2 turns.
Mm-hmm.
While you're trying to chip away.
Yeah. So, like, the ATA is not that bad when the police car's not involved.
Right.
So I kind of hope that they don't just say, alright, let's pick this one thing and go after it.
Right.
Because a lot of them are continuing.
I see what you're saying.
yeah, it's a lot of just bringing down stuff, to a sensible level.
I mean, they need to get the guys who are playing Worlds and being at the top of the game.
See, I was thinking about that too. Why don't they hire some of those dudes to come in and play with their playtesters?
That'd be really cool.
That would be cool. Plus it would give an added, like not a celebrity type feel, but, something to where there's meaning to be, say, in the top 25 clicksers at said event.
Well, again, with my fighting game background, I can tell you that what used to happen back in the day was when they were testing out new versions of like Street Fighter, they would put in a test unit at it was like a golf place. Course.
There you go.
That's how much I golf.
Clubhouse.
Yeah. Anyway, they put it in this golf course in California, and they would basically leave it there for like 2 weeks, and they would hire people to come out and observe. And, all the top players would kind of venture to this place and play out the game, try it out, figure it out, and these observers would sit there and watch. They'd watch what happened and say, okay, this is getting abused, this needs to be fixed. Cause these are the best.
Because they would figure things out.
They would see it live. Yeah. So the idea, that kind of thing, is not unprecedented.
No.
Yeah.
Heck, if nothing else, just give the dial lists, even without the figures themselves, give the dial lists, or the perspective dial lists to, some of the top people and say, hey, what would you do with this?
Right.
What would you pair this with?
How can you break this to where nobody wants to ever play it? Pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, okay. Jeff.
Yes.
Your name is Jeff. You're sitting directly across from me, and I have a question for you. The question for you that I have, you had some things you want to talk about.
I did.
That wasn't a question.
That wasn't a question.
Would you like to talk about them now?
I would. I would like to talk about them just briefly, get everyone's comments as well.
What you got?
Because I really haven't. Well, we talked briefly before the episode.
Yeah.
So there's a few instances on Reddit where I got into some discussions with both mods actually over different powers.
Mm-hmm.
And there was another thing where Candy Wolf posted in another topic saying a lot of the podcasts don't necessarily help or, explain to new people. And, some of the instances where I got into these rules discussions makes it pretty evident that it's hard to know everything no matter what. Like, for example, the discussion we got in was over Jubilee's fireworks, which basically says she can use energy explosion. When she does, in addition to normal effects, each hit character must either be given an action token or modifies their attack value by -2. So I remember Demogoblin from Amazing Spider-Man has a similar power that basically says when he hits an opposing character, that character's controller chooses one, give that character 2 action tokens, or that character's defense power is countered. And I remember, because I've been wanting to play him a few times, there was a discussion that said, basically says, if I have 1 action token or 2 action tokens, can I still pick this, even though it's not going to do anything? Because it doesn't specifically say the one you pick must be legal, I guess. And the bad thing is, I was in complete agreement with him that, logic would say, if I can't place 2 action tokens, I would have to say, okay, well, I'll just counter my defense power.
Right.
But unfortunately, we did a little research, and we were both wrong because of new ruling that either just slips by or just isn't researched. Because let's face it, not everyone reads the entire player's guide every time it gets redone.
Right.
I've never read it once.
I tried. It sucks.
And, especially just like even with characters that had little changes done.
Right.
Unless you're going to play, if me and Jared are playing a match and he has a character that's had a huge errata and I don't know about,
Mm-hmm.
it could be pretty huge.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Or maybe he doesn't know about it even.
So what do we do about this?
I don't know.
Oh man!
I don't have that was a big lead up to a big nothing, but.
And keep searching, keep posting,
keep posting questions and doing.
Keep talking about it.
Yeah, keep talking, I don't, the other discussion I got in with Red Gears was about Storm's power, which is a little more, to me, the power was more obvious because, again, I've played her a few times.
Sure.
But I can see we're a new person because in her power it says something about the maximum damage she can do is 4, but that's replaced maximum damage.
Right.
So if you're new and saying, well, I can only ever do 4 damage, but replace and modify. So, I don't know. I think it just showed, just in those 2 things, so much stuff, whether it be wording or people just not knowing or not doing, you can't research every little thing. That's what it comes down to, I think.
Yeah, even the judges at these venues, they really need to have their smartphones ready available.
Yeah.
And because some of them you don't know, you really don't know, and you have to make a ruling that you don't feel good about.
Right.
But you have to make it, and then you look it up an hour later after the event's over, and you're like, oh, I was completely wrong.
Well, I just screwed this person over.
Yeah. Well, and again, I say this a lot, but they will always tell you.
Yes, it comes down to them.
Yeah, it comes down to your local judge. What he rules is, or she,
right, is
ultimately final. So, no matter if it goes against the official ruling or not, WizKids already has stated, too bad, so sad, these guys have the power. What they say goes.
Right.
Yeah.
Flip your table over if you know the rules wrong or not. It doesn't matter.
I think good judges will go out after the fact, and actually research it and say, hey, I was wrong, or I was almost right, or whatever, and try to know so that next time it doesn't come up.
And I think the problem too is, that instance might come up once every 6 months where, Jared's playing a figure that something major happened to, and somebody had to make a ruling on.
Right.
But by then, Jared's figure already beat me in an important match, and then come to find out it couldn't do that, or it could do this instead. I think that's what makes it difficult.
Well,
I understand what you're saying, whatever the judge says goes, but it sucks if it's completely, utterly wrong.
Yeah, and I think in that case, it is probably to the judge's discretion of, okay, if this is a major tournament, major prizes, lots on the line, temper's running high,
Right.
maybe we'll be a little flexible on the time, stop the clock, and say,
Look something up.
I'm going to look this up. We're going to find out to the best of our ability what the correct solution here is.
I agree. Or, my advice too, especially in constructed or, even sealed, is to take a little longer. You pull a fig you're not sure about. Ask the judge, hey, when this comes up, what's going to happen?
Right.
Yeah.
What are you going to say?
Yeah, totally, man.
I think that.
Yeah, that's always smart to do, is talk to the judge before the tournament starts. Say, hey, I had this idea. Let me know if this will work.
Right. Obviously, you might not want to say it in front of everyone because what if it's...
just pull them aside.
And say, hey, I'm going to play this figure tonight, and this is what I think he does.
Right.
What do you say he does?
So, I wasn't entirely in that conversation. I apologize for that because
okay.
I was doing a little bit of research, and the one difference I see between those two figures that you were talking about, Jubilee and Demogoblin.
Jubilee. Go ahead.
Demogoblin, the opponent who was hit chooses.
Yes.
Jubilee, you choose. It doesn't say that your opponent chooses. It says each hit character must be given...
either.
Yeah.
So...
Demogoblin specifically says each hit character's controller chooses. This doesn't. So with Jubilee, you choose.
That's true.
But if they already have 2 tokens.
Then why would you choose 2 tokens?
Yeah.
I mean...
Right. Okay.
I think that's... it doesn't solve the problem, but I think that kind of differentiates a little bit.
Well, and
Sorry.
that's...
It does.
Even in the post that we were saying, a few people even said controller of the hit character chooses. I brought up the thing is, what was the difference? Is it because hers said each hit character must either? I was wondering if must, because Demogoblin's power doesn't say must. Just says your opponent chooses one.
Yeah. Which I think the reason why the must is there is because it either has to be
this or that.
You choose to give that hit character tokens, or you choose to minus their values, but you have to choose one of the two. You can't just say, I'm not going to do it.
Right, no, I see what you're saying.
Mm-hmm.
That the must is contingent on you, not on who chooses.
Still, logically, the rule doesn't make sense.
No, it doesn't.
If you hit me and I have 2 action tokens, I shouldn't be able to say, well, I don't want to do the other thing, so I'm going to choose 2 action tokens.
Sure. Yeah.
But that's how it comes down, because in the thing I linked on there, it says basically, alright, I'm going to give you 2 action tokens. Okay, it's your turn. Check for action tokens. Alright, I have 2. Okay, that's it.
Yeah.
Done.
Mm-hmm.
It's not logical.
No. Not really.
But who's going to ever do that?
Yep.
Besides stuff like this, whenever somebody asks a question.
Fair enough.
So.
Keep open communication.
That's right.
That's all you can do.
So is there a way for us to help our listeners with this somehow?
I don't know. Well,
by looking at some controversial pieces that we've seen, things that have had orange rulings that may not be... because if you're not sitting there combing the realms for rulings, you may not know what the ruling is. Like for, say, Split Lip for the Fear Itself little dwarf guy.
Right.
That it was ruled that hammer drops from the Book of Skull are counted as relic rolls for him, so they're free actions.
Right.
So on constructed Book of the Skulls, they're all free actions instead of power actions to pick up.
Yep.
And that was a ruling made by the Orange Post. And if you weren't looking specifically for it,
you wouldn't
know about it.
Yeah.
So is that something that we should start doing, is looking for Orange Posts and rulings for rules that we think are kind of up in the air?
Yeah. I think so. I think you should, get a community going. We kind of do on the Facebook. And make a Facebook group, put all your HeroClix players in it, and then whoever combs the realms for rulings, if you find something that completely changes the character, make everyone else aware of it. That way there's no disputes. Everyone's on the same page.
We have at Heroic Adventures Edwardsville a Facebook group that basically is everybody pretty much in the area the associated stores owned by the same people. We have a lot of people that participate in it, and we kind of post new and interesting things on there. But let me just tell you something. We being Feedback Damage, have a Facebook page, and we would welcome all of this discussion to take place right there on the Facebook page. So if you are so inclined, like us on Facebook.
Yes.
That's right.
Post some things.
We want to hear from you. In fact, we want to hear all your thoughts. Every waking thought.
Maybe not every waking thought. I don't want to know about your bowel movements.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, if they're interesting, maybe like they're in the shape of the Pope, or I don't know.
Thanos? Thanos' chin?
Ew. That's
No.
too easy.
Oh, sorry.
No.
Still no poops.
Nah.
Okay, so no poops. But any interesting HeroClix or nerd or gamer knowledge or questions or comments or whatever, hit us up. If you have questions about specific figures and are looking to find rulings, we have people that are combing the realms for rules, answers,
Or just looking. It can be even, now that I know more, I will never forget now, like 8 months ago when I was playing somebody at our store, I was using a 35-point Scarlet Witch from Avengers, who does not have the flight symbol.
Okay.
So I knew that they gave her an errata to have flight because she was on a flight stand.
Okay.
I, not realizing how big of a deal it is, did not tell my opponent, this has been errated, she has flight. So the whole time, my opponent is playing her as if she is grounded, and it was kind of like around some hindering terrain, so I picked up somebody and was flying through, and they're like, oh, how'd you do that? I'm like, she has flight. Well, I didn't know that. Well, that's kind of a big deal.
Yeah.
Very true.
Even though it's something stupid.
Yeah. I was thinking, I was actually thinking about going and doing this myself, but I think it would probably be a good idea for judges to have a latest copy of the player's guide printed out, ready to go before each tournament begins. That way, all the resources are right there.
Mm-hmm.
You can flip to it,
See all
quote
the
chapter and
erratas.
verse.
Yeah.
There it is.
I agree.
Now that's not going to cover everything.
It's not, and even stuff like this action token thing, you're going to have to
Dig.
scroll through there and be like, alright, where is this going to take effect?
Yeah. Well, and stuff like one of my favorite characters, Gizmo. There was a big question on when he sacrifices an item to grant a power. Is that everybody who's within those 4 squares at that moment in time when he sacrifices the item, or is it an area of effect where anybody who's in that area of effect now or moving into it
Now it
still gets the power, and they eventually put a ruling that said it's an area of effect. So if you move people into, say you sacrifice a heavy for Perplex, you move people into it, they can use Perplex this turn.
Yeah, see, I mean, that's huge.
That's a big deal.
Yeah.
So,
People don't know that.
Yeah, if you're out of position, you gotta reposition.
It would almost be helpful if there was some kind of like weekly roundup, like an aggregate post that says, here's everything that's changed. Here it is listed out.
Mm-hmm.
And that is really on, that would be on AC Realms,
it's on
Network News to do that. But I think that would be very useful.
Yeah.
They used to do the
final word.
final word stuff,
Yeah.
but I haven't seen those lately.
Yeah. I think, again, an aggregate is probably the best course of action for something like that.
Yeah.
Because there it is, one place,
Yeah.
Even have like a little subforum, like week of whatever, here it is. Here's everything that's changed. Here's everything we've officially ruled on. Here's how it works.
To go through sets. I
Yeah.
mean, I know it would take some work, but
Yeah. Let's
go
look
through
at
set,
everybody.
like, alright, here's Wolverine and the X-Men. Here's everything that was, controversial. Here's how it's ruled.
Right.
And they recently did that. with
Yeah.
That Wolverine X-Men set.
Now I think there was a user that did it.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
He compiled the listings. Yeah.
Which good on him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or
See,
her.
Yeah.
And he got Orange's ruling on most of them.
Yeah.
Finally.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
just needs work.
Yeah, I think the reality is HeroClix is a growing game. I think it's in a very big growth phase right now. And I've said it before, I'll say it again, I don't think WizKids has been prepared for the kind of growth that it's seen. It's, I'm not going to say too fast, but it's faster than
They anticipated.
Yeah. So, that's where it's at.
And with so many people coming in,
Mhm.
the problem is, and I posted in one of those things too, like, with so many new people and so many wordings, it just opens up the door for everybody's interpretations to be different.
Right.
All of us could read a brand new power at this table and probably have 4 interpretations of how the power works.
Sure.
That's a problem.
Especially since they're not staying,
Like, nobody's coming out and saying, this is how it works.
like they've used different words that mean the same thing,
Right.
but they didn't actually clarify that it meant the same thing right away. Where it says replace or
Increase,
modify.
decrease, or...
are those modifications, are those replacements? You know,
And finally came out and said, this, and this means modify.
yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Yep.
And what is up with Quick Start Lex Luthor being the only person with the LexCorp keyword? What's with that?
They're
maybe
building.
you'll see more with
Legion of
Superman and
Superheroes.
Legion of
Yeah,
Superheroes.
they're building.
I guess.
I'm
But
sure they
man,
will.
he's purple ringed. I can't even do anything with him.
What would you do with him?
He's not a bad Lex
He's
Luthor.
not the only one.
What?
Stanley.
Yeah, well.
Stanley has the keyword.
He's
too.
also purple ringed.
Well, now you can make a team of purple rings that you can play in your own home.
Yeah. No rules there. There's no
That's
orange
right,
ruling for when you smash your figures together.
No.
Yeah. So, well, I think that is gonna not do it for us yet because Paul's waving his hand.
Before I forget,
Yeah.
April 2015 can't come soon enough. I have officially supported my first Kickstarter, Mighty Number 9.
Yeah, man. What
Hey-o.
did you about that? Where was that?
Like $3.7 million. I mean, something ridiculous.
It was high.
Over $3 million.
Real
Oh, I
fast.
forgot to get onto that
It's coming out for
Everything.
everything.
Handheld. The last thing was added was handheld.
Even the Vita.
one. What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you
Vita,
kidding?
It's
PS.
coming out for like, what, PS4,
Yep.
Xbone?
Yep. All this, every system.
Bone?
Yeah, you didn't hear
Xbox
about
One.
that?
No.
Yeah.
That's
That was
what-
when they screwed up the Twitter and like
Yeah.
Microsoft was like hashtag Xbone. That was during E3. Yeah.
But we also had the Steambox news lately.
yeah.
Steam Machine.
Steam Machine. I
The
apologize.
specs have come out. There's different models, and they are talking about what we speculated, which was basically you will be able to hot swap components.
In the actual console version?
Yeah.
Okay.
And there is some massive, like the biggest model is a massive beast of a machine. I mean, we're talking for real.
Beast.
Yeah. Like high end gaming PC.
So,
really.
out of the new gen consoles, neither Microsoft nor Sony is taking my money. Valve is taking my money.
Yes.
Yeah, well, you can pretty much be guaranteed that Half-Life 3 will be one of the debut games.
Mhm.
Yeah. Well, it was, which
What
is
was-
funny because it was confirmed and then it was not confirmed.
Right.
What was the third announcement that they brought out?
The controller. Have you not seen the
Oh.
controller?
that was crazy.
I saw a
Did you see
Penny
the controller?
Arcade, which kind of disturbed me.
I didn't see that one.
I might have seen
So, there's the little pads that you can
Yes.
with
Haptic?
little
Is that what
with
they're called?
little
Haptic
blue rings
feedback.
around them.
Mhm.
Do they have little blue rings around them? Well, the webcomic, those were actually portals, and there's another man with the other side of the portals holding them over his nipple region, and that was the tactile feedback you were getting. His large man's nipples.
Yeah.
I apologize to all of our
It's
listeners.
okay.
I just said large man's nipples 3
It's
times.
something eventually everyone will have to face in their life.
Yeesh.
For one reason or another.
Does that count?
So,
Oh.
the long and the short of it is this is designed specifically to bring shooters into the realm of usability as for home
Console
consoles.
Are you going to be able to hook up keyboard and mouse to the...
Yeah, it's got USB on it.
Okay.
You can if you want to. But with what they're going for here, yeah, you might actually finally achieve the kind of precision, yeah, that
From a controller.
Yeah, which has always been my big gripe on console FPS.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
That's why he never plays Halo with me.
Yeah, I refuse. I haven't really seriously played a shooter on the console since GoldenEye.
I mean, I think it's smart for them to do that because they know that some people just either don't want to play games on PC or don't have the money to buy a nice PC.
Yeah. That's me.
So they'll bring out a console, people will buy that.
Mm-hmm.
And the thing I like about it is that even though you can swap out stuff and there's different models or whatever, it's a console made by them that even though you can upgrade it, you'll still be able to play things based on what your specs are.
Yeah.
Right.
And I won't have to, upgrade to the video card or upgrade my motherboard or something every
but you can
6 weeks to stay up to date on newest gaming technologies.
Right. You will be able to if you wanted to, though.
It's too much. It's a lot of monies.
That's cool.
It's a lot of monies that is going to go to the War of the Light.
Yeah, this is true. This is very true, and wow, we've covered a lot of ground today.
We did. Long episode.
Well, we've shared some laughs, shared some tears, and you're just looking at me with total disdain right now.
I was going to say, now all we need is for our listeners to share their comments and questions and likes. And
let me tell you about where you can do all that. Before you even do any of that, let me tell you about a special offer for our listeners.
Hey guys.
You know what you need to play this game? Dice.
Heroes for Hire dice.
Yeah, it's the most powerful thing in the game. You know where you can get the best Heroes for Hire dice?
That won't be put on the watch list?
These dice will never be on the watch list.
That's right.
I guarantee it. You can go to HC Realms. You can look for a user named Streets or a user named King's Disciple. Click on their gallery. You can check out all their fine custom dice. And once you find what you like, you can give them an email at probcontrol@gmail.com. And if you mention feedback damage in your email, you will get free shipping. What's better than free shipping? Pretty much nothing. The answer's nothing.
It's free.
And there's never been anything better. Nothing better than free shipping. Period. So do it. Check it out. I'm highly impressed. We got some guys here that are trying to scrape their pennies together to get some dice. This guy, Jeff.
It's not scraping pennies, it's just remembering to email them.
Well, if you need to remember to email them, remember to email them at probcontrol@gmail.com.
I will.
Now, if you like email, if that's your chosen method of communication, please email us. Give us all your thoughts. We want to know them. show@feedbackdamage.com. If you're on the Facebook, if that's what you do, go to facebook.com/feedbackdamage. If you're on Twitter, do you like the tweet? Do you like the hashtags? Hit us up at feedbackdamage. And if you like the internets, feedbackdamage.com. You can find us on iTunes. You can find us on YouTube. We are everywhere. Come get us. We're on Reddit too.
Yes.
Not officially as an official account, but I am Agent Axiom. You can find me there. I post a lot. I'll talk to you. I'll be your friend. I don't care.
I post rarely.
What's your name?
STL DeVille.
There it is.
I give you my name, but I don't remember what it is at the moment.
Fair. Fair. Well, that's going to do it for us. Paul, what do you want our listeners to know?
If you didn't support Mighty Number 9, you blew it.
Good night, everybody.